What's good, guys? If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Matthew and this is my 350Z. And in today's video we are going to be talking about why the 350Z is the best drift car. Alright guys, so I just filled this tire up with air. I'm having an issue because this tire is like chipped and stuff. And I'm on the middle of freaking driving. My wheel starts shaking like crazy. Alright guys, so I don't know if you guys can see that, but I did end up having to put a donut on my car because let me show you guys what happened. My tire didn't just debead, it exploded. Anyways, with all that out the way and I finally made it to the garage, let's go ahead and talk about why the 350Z is the best drift car. Okay, so before giving out any title of best drift car, we have to look for what are the options. So for drifting, the most common options are 350Zs, E36s, S chassis, Miatas, pretty much any rear-wheel drive manual car. So when there's that many drift cars, why do I think the 350Z is the best drift car? Well, come here, let me tell you why. With what you get, with the price point you pay for these cars, it's kind of just the obvious choice. Whether you like the noise of the VQ or not, the VQ DE is pretty much all you need for your first drift car. It has the horsepower, it has the torque, and with any of those other cars, you're not going to get the same amount of power that this bad boy puts out. I think stock 350Zs make around 250 wheel horsepower. Now cars like the E36, 240s, Miatas, they don't make that from factory. So if we're comparing stock car, somebody's watching me guys. Like I was saying, if we're comparing completely stock cars between other completely stock cars, this is the best car to just weld the diff and go have some fun. Not only because power, but let's talk about steering and drivetrain. So if you guys are new to drifting, best chassis, people always say it's the S chassis. If the S chassis is really the best chassis, why would people grab 350Z axles, 350Z hubs, 350Z front steering racks out of the 350Z and convert them to work for the 240? Not only that, but I literally seen 240s get swapped with VQ DEs and VQ HRs. I don't know about you, but that's telling me something. And it's telling me that the 350Z is the superior chassis. And I laugh about that because the drift community, they like to argue about what car is the best car. Honestly, they're all fun. If you can get yourself into a 350Z, I would 100% do it. Some people like to think that these cars are too simple, too easy to drift. I don't know about you, but I don't want to have a hard time drifting. For example, here's my buddy's car. It's a G35. All he has is a front angle kit from GK Tech, the small adapter one, and a rear welded diff. But as you can see, this is him keeping up with me in my car that I did a bunch of mods to, and it just works, and it works really good. I'm running out of spots to put the camera here, hold up. Okay, now let's talk about how drift cars break a lot. If you go drifting, or if you've been drifting for more than a year now, you know that you've broken your car at least 5 times. It just happens, especially if you're trying to push the limits and drive as hard as you can. I've broken this car a lot of times, and if you're familiar with my YouTube channel and familiar with me, we crash. It's just the normal thing that happens. I hate to keep comparing the S chassis, but those parts are not as available as this 350Z. Now, when I'm looking for parts for this 350Z, I'm not only limited to look for the year, make, and model of my car. There's G35s, all-wheel drive versions. Their axles fit my car. Their diffs fit my car. More of the story is, there's a lot of junkyard cars that you can go straight to the junkyard, grab some parts from, and put it straight into your car. With an S chassis, with an E36, with a Miata, you're just not gonna get that. Now, a big part of drifting, at least for me, is style. This is very opinion-based, but I think the 350Z looks really good. 2003 is around the year where companies started trying to make their cars a little more round and less boxy, and they nailed it on the 350Z. I don't think there's one round-looking car that I like except the 350Z. So, the aftermarket support for the Nissan 350Z is absolutely amazing. You can swap at least any engine into this and they break a pre-built kit. You just buy and put it in the car. Not only that, but everything for the 350Z, there's like 6 different companies that make it. Rear arms, front control arms, upper control arms. There's adapters, there's everything. GK Tech, FDF Fab, Drift HQ, they all make parts for the 350Z. Okay, now that I convinced you to buy a 350Z so mine could go up in price, let's talk about what you should buy and add on to your car before you start drifting. Alright guys, today is just not my day. My phone has died again. Earlier my phone died after I recorded a really good clip and it didn't save it. And then my tire popped. And then my bumper ripped off. Well, let's just not talk about it. Okay, so first things first. If I were to do it all over again, buy a stock 350Z, first thing I would do is put a bucket seat in it. Okay, and now you're asking me, why would you do that? Why is that the first thing you would do? The number one thing that holds beginners back from learning and progressing in drifting is the confidence. The feeling of being nervous and not knowing what to do in the car. And having your body just flop all around is not gonna help that at all. Another thing I highly recommend doing is welding the diff. Now, I know a lot of people on the fence because, oh, I want to street drive my car sometimes. Oh, I don't want it to chirp when I'm driving. Listen, do you want a drift car or do you not want a drift car? Okay. So you have to weld the diff. Weld the diff is the 100% way to go. Don't try to mess with no LSTs. Don't try to do this. Just weld the diff, please. Get a stock open diff. Don't even worry about diff ratios yet, and just weld the diff. The next thing I would recommend is some coilovers. There's so many things that will completely change the way your car feels. But I think on the top of the list is driving without coilovers and then driving with coilovers. The difference is like, yo, I'm so much of a better driver. Now that you got a bucket seat, some coilovers, and a welded diff, you're ready to be in the party line at the drift track. You're ready to go tandem out with your buddies. You're ready to... Hold up. I hope I helped you in some way, convincing you to buy the best car on the earth, the 350Z. If you guys like this video, if you guys are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Can you just please subscribe? I'm trying to make it out. Another thing, if you guys like what you see, let me know in the comments below. If you think I can change something to make myself better on this YouTube thing, please leave it down in the comments below. But I'm gonna try to give you guys the content that you guys wanna see. With all that being said, I wanna leave today, say the message, word of wisdom. I'm gonna say no matter how bad your day gets, like my tire popped, my freaking bumper flew off. I couldn't drive the car here this morning, so I had to come back here twice. But I did it all with a smile on my face. Yo, I kid you not, my phone died again. Like I was saying, I did it all with a smile on my face because at the end of the day, why are you mad? You know what I'm saying? Why are you mad? Just be happy, be joyful, be that person in the room that just makes everybody smile. Oh, 1 second, before you guys leave. If you guys have any quotes or anything positive that will just spark some inspiration in somebody, please let it down in the comments down below. I will use it for my next YouTube video and mention you. So, just so I don't have to keep thinking of things to say for word of wisdom. But I really want to keep this going because not a lot of YouTubers use their platform to spread a lot of positive message and just motivate people. So I want to be one of those YouTubers. So please, if you have something, comment it down below and I will use it on my next video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!